Okay, Jay here. Today we're going to talk about varsity pins and how to make them if you wish to make them on your own. What I'm showing you here are clutch backs. These clutch backs are what goes on a pin that you actually put on your varsity jacket or varsity letter when you earn it. This pin, it represents one that was purchased. I didn't make this, but the clutch back just is on the back of the pin like that. This has a very small back, as you can see, as compared to the ones that you see here. They have a very large back that can be glued onto a pin that you can make. So for example, you can go out and buy a pin if you wish to award your young men. For instance, this could be symbolic of 2 nights in a day for a 3-night camp out. If you were to find these black pins, when you go purchase pins, they don't really have a place where you can go and actually just find pins like this. You pretty much just find them as you wander through Walmart and other stores. So I have an entire bag of these that was actually provided to me from another scout leader, so I'll probably use those on a camp out. Symbolic for that. But if you have the clutch backs and you want to make your own, there's a couple things you can do. One is you can go to the bank and get a nickel or a penny with a symbol that you want. For instance, this is the commemorative 2004 nickel with the Lewis and Clark boat on it. Clutch backs have been glued to the back, as you can tell. Here's the nickel, and here's the clutch back glued on. And there's the pin. The clutch backs are pretty cheap, and of course nickels are 5 cents. So total pin cost is about, I'd say probably about 12 cents a pin. Pretty cheap considering that the actual varsity pins are $2.50 a piece. Yeah, that's pretty pricey. So that's one example of what you can do. Another example is you could actually go and do a fly fishing pin. This is an example of a fly fishing pin. You can go to Walmart and get these flies for really cheap. They're about $8. And then what you do is you cut the hooks off, and then you can just glue them literally straight to the clutch back. And so there is a fly fishing pin. Pretty slick. My wife actually made these, and in fact she made quite a few of them. So anybody that catches a fish while they're fly fishing gets a fly fishing pin in our group. Another example that I have is this pin that my wife actually made as well. This represents bicycle gears for a bicycle trip that you could go on. These are washers that you can buy at Home Depot, and they're just glued on top of one another. They're just the spiked washers, and once you glue them on top of one another, it looks like bicycle gears. The clutch back is right here, and so you can take that off and pin it onto your jacket for a bicycle ride. Pretty slick, and the pin looks really nice too. And so here's some of the examples that I have. You can go to the bank and get money, pennies or nickels with the symbol you want on them. Fly fishing pins, make up your own, or you can obviously, as you wander around the store, just go pick some up. So anyway, here's some ideas on how to get some varsity pins or get your own. If you don't like any of the varsity pins that the Scout Office makes, or have a special activity that you want to award your young men with a pin that is not provided by the Scout Office. So anyway, my name is Jay, and I'll look at my other videos for other alternative ideas for varsity scouting. And we'll see you down the trail.